Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. As you can see, we are down one Eric. Eric has a medical emergency in his extended family that he is helping out and just being there for. So obviously, he is doing more important things than D&D tonight. But we are going forward with Pog and Shade on their own little side adventure tonight. We'll see.
Dun, dun, dun.
2 hours of prep. So last time we continued the follow-up feelings chats. Ari and Shade talked and met a new plant. Did you guys name it Brian? Is that what?
Tommy.
Tommy. Which they named Tommy. And Tommy has a very different vibe than Jeffrey did. And then we lost Eric mid-episode to Wi-Fi problems, and so Pog and Shade and River chilled out in the Grove for a little while, and that is where the episode ended, and that is where we pick up. The sun has gone down. The night has come on. Just for bookkeeping's sake, in case you haven't, we had kind of a week of downtime, so both of you have had long rests since the last time you were adventuring.
I'm terrified that you felt the need to clarify that for us, but okay.
I'm so grateful as I stare at Shade's 3 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
I had presumed. I had just taken the liberty. If I was on a date, I figured I'd slept.
So, and as you watch the stars, River sitting between the two of you, you notice River sort of straighten, and the light in her eyes fades a little bit. Something's here. She stands up and turns back towards the forest and walks a little bit into the forest, stands there looking into the grove.
I guess we ought to, and Pog's gonna stand up and walk after her.
What's here?
I don't know. Pog and Shade, make a perception check.
Boy, I hope I just sniffed something out. 15.
25.
Wow. Shade knows how this adventure ends. Sir?
Right?
I have anxiety.
As the two of you look towards the grove, suddenly you see in the trees a whole lot of little points of light, like glowing eyes, wink open. And you hear River say, "Oh no." And then dozens of strangely shaped, shrieking birds burst out of the trees and rush toward you both. So I need
Wow. Okay. Okay.
No, I don't
Uh,
know that.
Pog. 19 hits you, I think.
That it does.
Bad roll. You take 4 piercing damage as claws rake across you from this swarm of birds that you notice as they race into you. They have weird iridescent plumage, not that dissimilar to cows, actually. And Shade.
Ow! Stop! You're gorgeous.
Very bad roll. Shade 14.
That does not hit.
You manage to duck as they flutter past you and start to swarm
As I hide
around
behind
you all.
Pog.
I think I got them all to hit me. Ow!
Pog, your turn.
Okay. They've all flown by.
They're swarming around. You're in the middle of a giant, like, this is Hitchcockian. You're like being swarmed by this brightly colored flock of birds.
Okay, then is there the way that we got here was through a clearing? It's clear behind us as far as like trees and
Yeah, there's a
wildlife.
little space between the trees and the edge of the island.
Cool. So between that, I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Awesome.
So it'll be a dex save.
They rolled very well.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, 22.
That'll give them the halfage.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll only take 6 burning.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action at the clear path that they've dodged through to get the fire, my echo will pop up on the other side there.
Okay. Shade, your turn.
The way that River was like, something's here, was not pleased, right? Or do I need
Right.
to roll perception for that? Like it was okay. If she's not cool with it, then I'm gonna not be cool with it. Can I try to catch one?
Sure.
Wow.
You would make an athletics check.
Well, I guess I should ask this. Can I use identify on the bird?
You could make a nature check to try and know what the bird is.
I would like to do that.
Shade was about to go Ozzy Osbourne for a second there.
Just holding it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
That is a 28.
28. Shade, you have just this sudden flash of primal memory of childhood, of very young childhood, of receiving. You can almost like hear a voice giving what you remember as instruction in essentially like surviving. And it's given in, like a lot of children's instruction, sort of rhyming style. And you have there's a line that runs through your head that warns you to beware the Jub Jub bird.
The Jub Jub?
Mm-hmm. But as you look closely, the pattern on the moonlight on the feathers sort of glints in your eyes. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Hmm.
11.
Okay. You find yourself in this memory mesmerized by the shifting, whirling patterns on the feathers of these birds as they swirl around.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you are paralyzed until the start of your next turn.
Oof.
But Cal can act.
Well, that's great. I would like Cal to bat them out of the air.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be... We'll just go with claw attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. That is 26 to hit.
Yes, that definitely is.
Boy, I'd hope so.
And he does... Ooh, can't find it. There it is. 10 slashing damage.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, Cal leaps into the air and just slashes through some of the birds. River starts no, and runs through the swarm into the towards the trees, and you see some of the trees start quivering as River approaches them, and vines and stuff start slashing out into the swarm of birds for 12 damage, bashing into the birds as River rushes for the perceived safety of the trees. Pog.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to start swinging at him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just because are we talking about like a small size? What's the size on these birds?
The individual birds are definitely small.
So I'm like flat of the axe, just swinging, trying to knock out as many of them as I can.
Okay.
First attack is 19.
Hits.
So 20 damage.
Nice.
And the second will do the same. It's only a 12.
12 misses.
We're gonna push that.
Okay.
For a 25.
That will hit.
For 14 more.
Okay. It's going to use its reaction, and I need you, Pog, to also make a wisdom saving throw.
It will not pass. It's a 3.
You also are mesmerized by the swirling colored patterns and paralyzed until the start of your next turn. Shade, with your incredibly high perception check, you notice that as River moves into the trees, just a little past where she is, there is a glowing circle in the grass of mushrooms. And then you all hear a low sound behind you, and suddenly something big and moving incredibly fast just splits between the two of you, and you see an almost cat-like form lunge through the air with big ape-like hands, grab River, tackle her to the ground. It rolls itself over with her into the circle of glowing toadstools and disappears. The Jub birds, meanwhile, continue to swirl around and slash at the two of you with advantage.
Ari's been gone for 10 minutes, and we lost River.
Shade 19 hits you.
Yes, it does.
And you take 7 piercing damage. Pog. Not. Oh wait, he has advantage because you're paralyzed. 20 hits you for 7 piercing damage. And Pog, it's your turn.
And I'm.
Oh wait,
did I not get to go?
Yeah, I skipped
Shade.
Shade. It's my bad.
Okay.
Shade, your turn.
I would like.
So you're not paralyzed anymore. It ends on the beginning of your turn.
Okay. That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. And so I'm gonna cast Produce Flame and hurl it, and mine looks like lightning, so it just looks like lightning that streaks across.
Nice.
The Jub birds. At 19.
Yeah, that hits.
And I do 17 damage.
Nice.
Several birds drop charred to the ground.
While yelling, like,
yeah,
River scared and then kidnapped and disappeared. Just it's still not registering in Shade's mind. It's just very.
Yeah. What about Cal?
He's gonna continue to bat birds away so that we can try to go after River. He's fantastic and we love him, so he rolled a natural 20.
The best to ever do it.
And he does 13 damage.
13
12,
damage.
I can add.
12. Cal lunges through the air and swipes the last of the Jub birds out of the air. And the remnant of the swarm scatter out into the skies over Stormreach.
Sprint over to where last saw her.
Where are we going?
There's a circle of toadstools on the ground. They are still glowing, but the glow is starting to fade.
I step in it, I jump in it.
Okay. Pog, Shade disappears.
Pog does the same after going, oh boy, and then walks in. So I'm going to be in so much trouble, and then just walks through.
When you step into the circle, it's like you have suddenly stepped into a pool of water you didn't know was there. Like you just go down, like you fall down rapidly through something. It's almost like falling through water, but it's not wet exactly. And you feel yourself turning head down in the as you fall through, and then suddenly you emerge out and you're standing in a identical circle of toadstools in a vast, huge twilit forest.
It is very important to me if I know if there is a sound that happens as we exit this portal.
There is sort of a
okay.
Look around for River.
Yep,
make
same.
a perception check.
Trail of anything. Pog is very lost. It's a 10.
My 13 is not getting us far.
Why are we?
There is
I
no sign of River.
She disappeared in the circle, and then we came after her in the circle. What was that thing? Did you see?
Nothing I know. The birds were really pretty, and then something was really
Beware
big.
the Jub bird.
The what now?
The Jub bird.
Are you okay?
I mean, I think I'm feeling better than you. Are you okay?
I was until you started saying words like jub.
Yeah, that's what they are, apparently, from my memory. I do not know what the big thing was, unless I can roll a nature check to see if I know what the big thing was.
Weird thing to ask me, Shade. You can do whatever you like. You're an independent person.
It's true.
Oh, you didn't get a very good look, so you can roll a nature check with disadvantage.
It was a jub beast.
I got a 16.
You do not know what that was.
I don't know what it was.
We covered that. Yeah.
Still.
I appreciate you thinking more about it, though. We should find River, though. Did Cal come
Look
through?
for tracks?
He looks around, making sure. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy. Gives him a scruff. That must have been super weird for him. Does Cal know? Those Juby birds looked a lot like Cal's colors. Does Cal know birds like that, or are we in the bird land? Where does Cal know where we are?
Cal, do you know where we are?
This is the Feywild.
Okay.
I don't like when you groan like that because it seems like an answer that's a bad one.
Right. We're in the Feywild.
I was correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Look for tracks. That thing was huge. Surely it had tracks.
Sure. You all can make survival or perception checks. As can Cal.
I
Or Cal can
never
help
get to
someone
make
who gives advantage.
survival. 19.
You what? I also rolled a 19.
Let's go. We should play games together.
Every now and then.
Yeah, when it's convenient.
It is a little bit of time, but eventually you don't really find tracks, but you do catch an odd scent.
I knew it. I was sniffing earlier. It was gonna be smells.
You did sniff earlier. But it's appropriate here. Yeah.
Was it not appropriate? Never mind. It smells more that way, I think.
Let's go after a smell.
Okay.
I said that questioningly, but like Shade's just like sprinting. Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Sprint that way.
And Pog is right beside her.
You all begin to head into further into the forest.
For the record, I do have the axe out, so we have 40 foot of light around us.
Okay.
If that changes anything in the area. 40 foot bright light with 40 more feet after that of dim light.
Nice. Excuse me. So you begin rushing through the forest. Looking around you, the forest goes on in all directions. The trees here are huge and old, but it's not like the jungle where the trees are pressed really close and there's lots of undergrowth. It's fairly easy to move forward under these trees, but they are gigantic and of no type that you've ever seen in Eberron. They are richly colored, and yet everything remains sort of twilight with little sparks and will-o-wisp lights in all directions. And racing forward, give me a perception check, everyone.
One day these are going to roll well for me. It's going to be a different character and a different campaign, but one day.
20.
I'm so glad you're here, Shade, on so many levels.
Shade, you stop just before stepping into a bog.
I would like to stop Pog as well.
Okay, you put your hand out, and Pog, you're able to slow yourself before you go more than like a step into the bog.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
So I don't think it went through here.
No, do you walk along a bog?
I've never had one before.
Do we smell the bog?
Actually, Pog, you're probably pretty familiar with travel in swamplands because you grew up in the Shadow Marches, which are an extremely swampy area.
Very long time ago.
It's true.
Does it smell any different here? Is it stronger? Is it different?
The scent does seem to carry on forward.
Can I look up?
Sure.
Canopy?
Yeah, make a perception check.
How tall are we talking about these trees being?
Very, very tall. You really can't tell how high up they go because the branches close in above you.
24.
24. There are trees that continue out, growing into the out over the bog, like in the Everglades or something like that. But you don't see any creature in the trees.
I'm going to, at the full 40-foot ahead range, summon my echo there.
Okay.
And see if he's standing or...
Oh, that's interesting. Your echo is standing there, although you do know your echo to be less than fully material.
Right. And I can command his movement. So I'm going to try to command him forward to come about half the distance between us and then down.
Okay. Your echo moves across the bog towards you, and then, sinks under the water.
I don't know why. I really thought I was going to learn more than this from that, but
I thought it was a good idea. I thought maybe it was just like this much water and just kept going just this little, but I don't know much about traveling in that.
Depending on how deep it is, we should be able to get through, but we don't know the kind of bog. Well, we can try this, and I pull the rope out. You can hold here with Cal, and I can go forward and just see what we've got.
And I hold the rope and you hold the rope, and then we're just both holding a rope?
Well, I can get out to the end of the rope, and then we'll know if that far is safe at a time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap my end with Cal around a tree.
Good call. Okay.
Pog is going to, with Shade's help, because it's awkwardly behind him, have her lash it to the back of his sling.
Okay. Shade, what's your passive perception?
Ooh, took me a long time to find that. 17.
As you're doing this, you suddenly become aware of a sound moving through the woods out in the bog. There's a sort of sloshing as of something large moving, and this weird sound.
Pog, there's something in there. Please be careful.
Okay. Pog holds the axe up and gets up to about thigh level.
Okay,
assuming it doesn't drop off
sort
all of a sudden.
Sticky, sucking mud as you try to push your way through it. As you move, that sound becomes a little louder.
Can I hear it?
Oh yeah.
Holding the axe out in front to look over it, can I see any kind of like bubbling or any movement happening in the ground?
Oh, it definitely bubbles very like constantly. There's in a very narratively satisfying way.
Yeah. No. Unless you're there.
Right.
But you could make a perception check.
I'm going to. At the same moment that I call out, hello? Are you burping? 13.
That's a bad roll. Pog, you see out further among the trees a long neck and a smallish head with big bulbous yellow eyes and a big body sort of sloshing its way through the mire, questing back and forth with its head.
Hello? Hello?
Shade, you hear time to be quiet, says Cal.
Oh. I just want to yell, shut up.
Shade, there's
I pull
thing.
on Pog's rope to try to get his attention. Shh.
I can't hear you.
Shh.
I hold the axe in her direction. Oh.
Pog, make a stealth check.
Oh, great. Wow. I get advantage on those and still a 5.
Oh no.
I'm going to burn my inspiration.
Okay.
And try this again. This feels like it's going to be bad. Dice hate me tonight, y'all.
But you said you have advantage.
Yeah, and they're both 13. I rolled 11s.
Okay. You see Shade as Pog sort of stops and hunkers down. The yellow eyes that glow within cast around. And then turn away and begin moving off through the mire again.
This short-lived adventure is going to see Pog returning to Shade and going, okay, so he's bad now? I was trying to say hello.
Right, Cal said do not.
Oh, then
and we
I
should
will
listen
not.
to him.
Yeah, no,
Right,
100.
yeah.
Will you untie me? I'm not going to do it if Cal said not to. Where does Cal want us to go?
That's a great question.
I can't ask
Cal,
him
do
a
you
great
have
question.
some suggestions of which direction we should go? Because obviously the bog was not a good idea. Oh, do you see a boat? No.
Make a perception check, Shade.
Pog is busy unwrapping the rest of the rope.
17.
You don't see a boat, but looking around, you do see that about 30 yards up the shore of the bog from you, there's a person sitting and apparently fishing.
Oh, we should just go ask them if they saw River.
If that was an option this whole time, I feel very silly that I'm going to be this dirty talking to him, but okay.
Well, we should probably look
Yep.
around instead of charging. I'm not great at that part.
Do
you want to go talk
the
to them?
charger guy? Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Gonna
I will
walk
approach.
on over while coiling the rope around my arm.
Pog, make an athletics check as you try to climb out of the bog.
Okay. 17.
Okay. It's difficult, but you manage to pull yourself out of the bog. In fact, as you pull, like it feels like the mud is sucking at your legs as you force your way out.
I used to wear waders going fishing. I know this feeling.
You walk a little ways up, and you see a very strange person. Generally humanoid, but very long-limbed and slender. Sitting on the bank with his with knees sort of drawn up and kind of hunched over, wearing a big, wide-brimmed, tall hat. And holding a fishing rod. As you approach, the figure turns, and one hand comes up and sort of tilts the brim of the hat up to look at you. And a large-eyed, long-nosed humanoid looks up at you and says, "Bryllyg day to you."
And also with you. I'm Pog. This is my friend Shade, and we don't know where we are.
The Feywild.
Ponderous.
Okay. Did you see a giant monster roll through here with a young girl while they were rolling around to like roly-poly?
Awful lot of monsters in these parts.
Are there
Almost called that one on you.
that I heard that I was making a mistake there? Do you know the best way to get across here?
You could work your way around. He nods on up. The banks turn a ways that way, and it's a long walk around the toves.
Is that the best way?
Well, what's best? Are you looking for
fast?
Fast. Suppose you could go through the trees.
Could you say more words about that?
From branch to branch.
Oh.
Through the trees.
Right.
Huh.
Do you smell that?
There was a bandersnatch came through a little while ago.
Could you say more words about that?
Big and fast. There's an odd scent to it.
Did you see which way it went when it went through?
Went out across the toes.
So it went the long way.
No, it was up in the branches.
Okay.
Cool.
So I
Good.
guess we're going
Heading out toward the Laughing
climbing.
Lord's domain.
The who's it?
The Laughing Lord's domain.
What's that mean?
I thought you were from here. You had the look of one of the Queen's folk.
Not for a very, 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 very long time.
Or maybe not yet.
You're in the Feywild, the great forest between the domains. But in the Feywild, like islands in a bog, there are domains belonging to the various archfey of the realm.
You talk
And
very slowly.
sometimes lesser fey. The forest queen rules the Feywild, but other archfey lords and ladies and queens and princes and mothers and kings rule their own domains within.
Is the Laughing Lord nice or mean?
I don't know.
That's very strange. Is he funny?
He certainly believes so.
You don't?
I don't live in his domain.
Okay. Huh.
By choice?
The fishing's better out here.
Okay.
I feel like we could learn a whole lot from Mr.
Ponderous.
That's your... You said that before, but it was your name?
Yes, you introduced yourself, and so I introduced myself.
Now, in reverse looking, I get that, but at that time, anyway, we could probably get some more ponderous information, but it will take us until tomorrow, so we should probably go after River.
Right. I think we should climb. A cow will be very good at that.
Is there a great way to get up into the trees? Do you have like a ladder or something?
No. Just climb.
Be a lot
You
cooler.
should
if
be
you did.
careful, though. Tum-tum trees can be treacherous.
This is very hard for Shade. The Jubs brought us to the Tum Tub.
Apparently, I bet the Jubs live in the Tum Tums.
I'm feeling
Oh,
dum-dum.
yes, there are jub birds in the tum-tum trees.
Oh.
Every child knows to beware them.
Well, not every
That's what I
grown-up
said.
does, so this is new to a lot of us.
Do we
And I'm
beware the Tum
mostly grown
Tums?
No, they're just tricky.
See, we could probably get a lot more answers about what he just said, but I think we gotta
Right.
go.
No, you're right. But how is a tree tricky? She says as she's leaving to go climb a tree. What
We
does that
could-
even mean?
River has very tricky trees. So maybe they're alive. Tree, can you talk? Okay, worth checking. If you can understand me, I'm very sorry that we're climbing you.
Right.
It's for our friend, and
Just to help
we
her
are-
out. Who
we are a big
loves
fan
trees.
of you. Yeah.
Yeah, tell her the part that she loves trees too.
Yes. And my friend here loves all plants. She's got several plant friends. So, okay.
Yeah. That's such a good idea. Why didn't I think of that idea? As I'm climbing, I would like to cast Speak with Plants.
I was hoping we'd get there.
So you begin climbing the tree. Both of you make me an athletics check.
Okay. $19.
Okay.
24.
Yeah, both of you very easily scramble up the thick bole of the tree and up into the lower branches. Shade, you cast Speak with Plants, and there's a sort of groaning sound, and then a knot on the trunk of the tree right in front of you opens and is an eye.
Oh no! Ah, that's amazing. I hate it.
Yeah, yes. Oh, hi. Hello.
Hello.
I heard you're a tum-tum tree. Did you see what was the name of the animal?
A cummerbund, a bandersnatcher.
Yes. One of those passed by?
A bandersnatch. Here, in my branches? Yes.
What do you have a suggestion on the safest way to travel through you?
There was a
Just
bad
out.
guy bandersnatch.
Along the branches. And jump to another branch.
Why are you laughing? Are you gonna like move the branches when we jump? Could you not? Could you just hold them like a bridge?
No. Why would I do that?
Please?
Because it would help us save our friend.
And our friend loves trees more than anything in the world.
She's very good friends with trees and she takes wonderful, wonderful care of them.
How very nice.
I don't feel like you meant that.
It's just an eye.
I know. That's exactly what I was
I can't
picturing.
stand it, dude. I can't stand it. Hey, Shade.
Philip's trying to make us regret this spell.
I kind of hate talking to him, so I'm gonna go
Yeah, no,
ahead.
this is worse than Ponderous, and I feel like maybe now it'll be harder to get through the trees. Yeah. They think there are things that are funny that are not funny.
Shade,
Okay.
make a dexterity saving throw.
$23.
The branch that you're on just suddenly stops being stiff and just flops against
Okay,
the
dude.
tree.
This is
But
rude.
you hold on to it.
This is rude.
That's not very nice.
Tum tum.
Okay. I guess, fine. And then she just, like, let's go for it. We sprint.
Yep, taking off running as best with branch to branch hopping.
As best
Okay.
as it can on a branch that isn't.
A branch that isn't.
You jump to another branch and start going. I need athletics or acrobatics checks from all three of you.
Natural 20 on my acrobatics.
Nice.
I'm pushing my athletics. $13.
Okay, what about Cal?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration for Cal.
Okay.
Well, that's a point lower.
What Cal get?
A 13.
My push took me 2 lower.
So you all set out. Shade, you are very nimbly dodging from branch to branch. Pog and Cal, this is not easy at all. The branches keep moving, or sometimes will suddenly flip up right in front of you like a rake.
What a bunch of jerks.
or start twisting as you're running along them.
This is just Philip talking us out of talking to every plant. That's what's happening here. He is tired of making plant NPCs.
And you keep slipping and grabbing and having to catch. Okay. This is making a lot of noise. And so below you, you suddenly become very aware again of the sound, and you see those glowing eyes sort of drifting along, looking up at you from the long-necked creature that is mostly submerged in the mire.
I don't
it is
like it here.
definitely moving along with you.
Big same.
Let me have another athletics or acrobatics check from both of you.
Come on, die.
Thought I was
17.
gonna like it better when we came back. 23.
Nice. What about Cal?
I have a plus
Natural
7.
20 for him.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You start to get a little bit used to being more careful of it, and move away with a little bit less chaos and fewer falls. I need the three of you to make stealth checks.
What is happening, dude? What is happening? I have advantage, and I just rolled back-to-back natural ones.
Oh.
That is better than the 2 that I rolled. No, it's not. I'm sorry. The 2 is better. I was not feeling great about my 2, but I do now.
Everything hates me. I'm refreshing my D&D Beyond page because that's the closest
Cal got
to
a
dice
19.
jail. Ugh. I can't lose a quarter of my health to having pushed. I can't do it.
I mean, sure you can. We've all been there. But no, you probably shouldn't, because we're probably going to fight this terrible, glowing-eyed
monstrosity. I didn't know what side it was going to be on until he got to yellow eyes, and I was like, oh.
I know, the blah, blah, blah. I mean, that doesn't sound terrible. Like,
it was super
that's a
Mass
fun
Effect.
sound.
I was like, oh, fun. This is what happens when I have Philip watch The Dark Crystal. I put him in a Jim Henson world, and all of a sudden, everything is dark and murdery.
I do feel like we had just watched Labyrinth not long before the first time we went in, or maybe it was when Eric got lost. Yeah, the creature, more of the creature is suddenly revealed as it rears up and puts its front legs, big, almost dragon-like legs with long claws that hook into the tree, and its head reaches up through the branches toward you all. You are definitely noticed with interest. Another acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay, 23. I passed it off.
I rolled a 13 for Cal and a 13 for myself.
Okay. You try to move further away from whatever this thing is that's moving along with you. But instead, Shade and Cal, the branch you're going on, gradually bends itself down as you are running, and brings you lower And suddenly the eyes glow really brightly, and then 2 beams of flame just burst out of the eyes toward you.
What?
15 to hit you.
It does not hit.
Okay, you dodge out of the way.
Excuse me? That is so rude.
Oh my goodness. Just
And,
that's not the sound I associate with laser eyes.
I need both of you to make a wisdom saving throw, because this weird sound is just sort of like it's just getting inside your head.
It really is with my 10 that I rolled.
A 12. I'm just going to refresh the page before every dice roll.
Shade, would you roll a d8?
Philip, was that really a question?
Mm-hmm.
2.
2.
Yep.
You just kind of stop moving forward and just sit in thought.
Shade? Shade?
The creature's claws as the head works its way up closer to Shade.
Is it still farther than 20 feet from Shade?
No.
I don't love
Crap.
that.
Okay, so she is sitting unresponsive on a branch.
Yep.
Okay. I would like to summon my echo right next to her to reach down and grab her. And I'm going to teleport over there.
Ah, okay. So you're essentially swapping with Shade? Is that the idea?
So she's going to go farther away to where it was easier terrain because I was on a branch that hadn't bent. So I'm going to swap places with her. So my echo and her will be on the safe branch and I'll be on the slope with Cal.
Okay. So yes, you swap and find yourself right in front of the large, kind of roundish head of this creature. Big teeth. It's scaly, but also kind of seems like it has some bits of hair hanging from it that are dripping with the muck of the bog. And its eyes don't really seem to have any focus, but its head just sort of whips towards you.
Why are you mad?
It's going to bite at you.
Yeah, of course it is.
For 20.
Cool,
Wow.
man. Cool, man.
For 15 piercing damage.
Maybe I should have pushed.
Maybe I should have pushed.
Shade, you suddenly snap out of it. This creature is right there by Pog and Cal. And
Can I shoot it?
yep.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
You have disadvantage on the shot because the branch that you're on is very gradually, like almost so slow as you won't notice, rolling itself.
It was a safe branch, Shade. I promise it was a safe branch.
Well, with the disadvantage, I got an 18.
And 18 still hits.
Your
And I do
second
10
roll
damage.
was monstrous.
So an arrow sticks into its hide, and its head sort of whips away
Leave him alone.
for a moment. You see Cal look over to you and say, "We have to run. You can't fight this."
Oh, okay. Go.
And Cal over to Shade. Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check, everyone.
$21.
Okay.
I'm pushing for Cal.
Okay.
26.
Nice.
But at what cost?
I don't know what cost.
A push. A
No,
push.
one.
That's what cost.
One push isn't so bad.
He says about the 2 pushes that's happened at every change in scenery so far this episode.
Excellent. 22 for Cal.
Nice. You 3 go bounding across the branches and become aware that there is solid ground below you after a little while on, and are able to scramble down onto the bank, the opposite bank of the bog. And standing there, breathing, looking around, you become aware of a long-limbed, skinny humanoid sitting on the bank fishing in a big, wide hat.
I swear to God.
Who turns and looks up at you and says, "Bryllyg day to you." And that's where we'll leave this episode.
I can't.
Thank you all so much for watching me torture Casey and Colin.
Oh, come on, man.
This has been Khyber Shards. You find all of our socials down in the description below, along with a link to our Discord, and a link to Colin at Twitch, where he is sorry BTR. The O is a 0. New episodes of Khyber Shards drop every Monday. New Khyber Shards answers on Fridays. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.